For the first time in more than a century, a Lexington landmark is up for sale. It's a labyrinth of a manor bejeweled in history. It's called Helm Place, the former home of Mary Todd Lincoln's half-sister.
Tomorrow is the final day the property is open for a public viewing. Fox 56's Krista Spadaccini explains how you could possibly own this piece of Kentucky history.
Every house has a story.
Had originally founded the property in 1779, the Todd family.
The Helm Place mansion is described as the perfect blend of bluegrass history and elegance, a piece of the past in need of a new owner.
The purchase price is not going to be our only consideration. We're very much going to care about what the next steward's intended use for the property is, and also their plans and commitment to preserve it.
A decade ago, Helm Place transferred trust of the property to the Kentucky Mansions Preservation Foundation. The nonprofit's goal was to transform the property into a period museum. Sadly, they couldn't shore up the funds to turn that vision into a reality.
My estimation is $500,000 to $1 million to redo the house and get it back to where it should be.
At the end of the month, Helm Place will be sold to someone else. Valued at $2.8 million, the keys don't necessarily need to go to the person with the deepest pockets. In a sealed bid auction with no reserves, the foundation committee will choose what they consider to be the best bid.
But we don't have one set vision of what that individual may look like or who they may be. But ultimately, the most important thing is that this property is restored and brought back to its architectural glory.
The antebellum estate sits on a 150-acre horse farm with 2 barns, 37 stalls, and a garden house that may be older than the mansion itself.
I don't know if that building will be saved or not. It does not have to be saved.
But there are other parts of the property that need to be. A conservation easement, set by Lexington's Purchase of Development Rights program, states that Helm Place can never be divided or developed. A preservation easement protects several paintings in the home as well.
There are some other murals upstairs, so we should go see those. That's an oil on canvas that's actually installed in there. It can be covered if someone doesn't want to use it, but it cannot be destroyed or removed.
The property has changed hands several times since the Helm family bought it in 1912. And once again, the house deed will be named to a new owner.
When we started this project, I knew of 2 or 3 people that were definitely interested in purchasing.
One who can preserve its past and also bring it up to this century's standards. In Lexington, Krista Spadaccini, Fox 56 News.
After Saturday, interested bidders can schedule a private viewing with Biederman Real Estate. The sealed bid auction without reserves will take place on October 31st.